Hello guys, Sapphire Yagami with a review of Once Upon a Time, Season 4, Episode 21, titled Mother. So within this episode, obviously, since the title is called Mother, obviously we're going to be talking about mothers. So the opening sequence of the show is the dragon form of Lily is featured in the forest. So in the character's past, in the enchanted forest before the first curse, the evil Queen Regina stumbles upon a wedding being held on land that is off limits on her palace grounds. She makes it clear that she does not tolerate this kind of intrusion by pulling the heart out of the groom and crushing it in front of his bride, the families, and friends. I'm like, damn, Regina, it's kind of harsh. Damn, on the wedding day. Damn. Regina then notices a flower on Daniel's grave and spots Cora, who pays her a visit on the anniversary of Daniel's death. Cora says she is there to apologize and make things right, and that she wants to see Regina happy by finding her the love that Tinkerbell spoke of, but Regina, having been upset with Tinkerbell previously, says she'll believe it when she sees it. Later on, Cora heads to the bar to find Robin, where she learns from the sheriff of Nottingham that Robin is a thief and is now married. This gives Cora the idea to make the sheriff the true love for her daughter by conjuring up a tattoo that is similar to the one Robin Hood had, and dressing him up in clothing similar to Robin's. Unfortunately, Regina catches on to what Cora did when she notices the fake magical tattoo, and temporarily makes the lion tattoo come alive and attack him, to make the sheriff confess to Regina that Cora was hoping Regina would fall in love with him and have a child. Regina ties the sheriff upside down above a boiling pot in the dungeon as punishment, but Cora uses her magic to send him home and confronts Regina over her actions. Realizing what Cora did in order to have her conceive a child so she can have an heir to the kingdom, Regina decides to sacrifice her hopes to bear any children by taking a potion that will leave her unable to do so, in order to hurt her mother and prevent Cora from manipulating her. Despite Cora's explanation that all she really ever wanted was for her to be happy, a pained Regina tells her mother that she just doesn't want to hear it anymore. Then she tells Cora to return to Wonderland and that she doesn't need her. So with this revelation, we realize that Regina cannot ever have any children. So with her having adopting Henry, it makes much more of all more, the love that she has for him even more just like, oh God. And it kind of ruins the whole outlaw queen thing, like, cause a lot of people fantasize, about their favorite, characters they ship them, like, oh, they're gonna be so cute with babies. Oh, not with outlaw queen. She can't have any. Sorry, outlaw queen shippers. Bummer. Outside Storybrooke, at a bar in New York City, Regina discusses with Robin, who had now moved on with Zelina because she's pregnant. Pregnant with this child, and because he didn't realize until recently that Marion was Zelina in disguise. Robin tells Regina that Roland will understand where his mother had gone, and Robin feels heartbroken to have lost his beloved Marion because Zelina killed her back in the Enchanted Forest. As a result, Regina agrees to use a forgetting potion on Roland to make him forget about the time he spent with Marion after she was brought to Storybrooke by Emma, so he won't have to go through the pain of losing his mother again. At Neil's apartment, Emma holds a dream catcher and tells Lily about Neil having lived in the place, and tells her that Zelina was responsible for his death. Zelina, who heard the conversation, feels the baby kick in her tummy and taunts her by telling her not to trouble an expected mother. Regina and Robin arrive back at the apartment and tells Emma, Lily, and Zelina to pack up because we're going to Storybrooke tonight. Emma drives her bug with Lily and Zelina, and while Regina drives Robin Hood's black minivan with Roland in Storybrooke. As Emma brings Lily back to Storybrooke, she is able to reunite her with Maleficent, while at the same time, Regina and Robin Hood must find a way to deal with Zelina, even if they can find a way to be together. During their get-together at Granny's, Lily asks her mother about what they're going to do about David and Mary Margaret, as she still has a grudge against them. But Maleficent states that she isn't up for revenge and tries to persuade Lily to stay in Storybrooke, begging her to stay because she won't be able to return if she leaves, and because Maleficent will return back into the dust if she tries to leave town with Lily. However, Lily still decides on leaving town, so Maleficent approaches Mary Margaret and David for help. Hook reminds Gold that he would do whatever it takes to keep Emma from going dark, but as Isaac tells Mr. Gold that they need Emma in order to produce the ink needed for the quill, since Emma has yet to succumb to darkness. Hook then taunts Gold, saying he knows that each time he does a bad deed, his heart will grow darker, so he won't be able to do anything to stop Hook. After Hook leaves, Gold begins to falter as his heart is growing dark, and he uses his magic to transport him and the author to his shop to look up information about obtaining blood magic, in case they can't get to Emma to turn dark. However, Gold's health is continuing to decline due to his dying heart. Regina suddenly shows up wanting Isaac's services, since he was the one who wanted to find Isaac first, only to have Mr. Gold making an offer to Regina to help her find the magic ink for Isaac to get both of their happy endings. Displaying the magic quill, however, Regina, says that she'll find the magic ink on her own and get her happy ending by herself. Gold objects, saying that if his heart dies, Rumpelstiltskin would die, along with all of his goodness, and warns her that she would not want to deal with a Dark One who is entirely evil. However, Regina is entirely unconcerned, saying that he is in no position to bargain, and takes Isaac and the quill with her, even as Gold passes out due to his weakening heart. Back at her vault, Regina, as she learns that energies of Emma's impending darkness is needed to produce the substance, Isaac then tells Regina that he was working for Mr. Gold because he protected him. Regina then shows Isaac a picture of Regina being with Robin Hood. Isaac states that it was one of his experimental writings, which he was planning to write about in a separate book, but never got the chance, which gives Regina an idea. Regina approaches Lily after she walked out her mother at the diner, and tells Regina that she wants Mary Margaret and David dead. Regina tells Lily that most of her darkness came from Emma, and that she needed it to be all worked up, which Lily responds to by telling her to buzz off. Unable to reason with her, Regina gives up on attempting to explain her actions to her, and then cuts Lily's hand to acquire the blood in order to obtain a sample of the darkness in her, and turns it into magic ink. Then she smiles and disappears while quoting "Welcome to Storybrooke." After Regina leaves, Lily's eyes glow yellow and become reptilian as she becomes consumed by rage. Shortly after, Maleficent, Mary Margaret, and David later encounter Lily in her dragon form, but as Maleficent approaches her, Mary Margaret runs after Maleficent, convinced that she may not be safe around Lily. David shouts to Mary Margaret that Lily is out of control as she knocks Mary Margaret out, with Lily using her dragon flame to prevent David and Maleficent from reaching the unconscious Mary. Before flying off, Emma shows up and immediately comes to her mother's aid and uses her powers to heal her. Lily regresses to her human form, and Maleficent confronts Lily, giving Lily her baby rattle, which she never got the chance to give her. Lily claims that she destroys everything she touches ever since Snow White and Prince Charming put Emma's darkness in her, and that no one will want to be with her. Maleficent replies that she wouldn't mind a little darkness. As Maleficent convinces Lily to stay for a week to teach her some tricks, Emma finally forgives Mary Margaret and David for what they did. After completing the task of extracting Lily's blood, Regina and Isaac visit Zelina's cell at the Storybrooke Hospital and states that she plans to write an ending for Zelina, and vows to have her written out of the story. Her half-sister replies by saying that she has gotten to know about Cora through Regina, claiming that she was exactly like Cora. As the magic ink is drying, Regina tells Zelina that Cora wasn't a better mother and that she had wronged them both as Robin Hood comes in. As Regina decides to spare Zelina for now, albeit locked up, this results in Regina's decision that she no longer needs the author to find her happy ending. This gives Isaac the opportunity to write his way out of the hospital, and leaves a message that indicates they plan to write a new story that could change destiny. Isaac rendezvous with Mr. Gold at his shop, whereupon, meeting with him, Isaac is instructed to start writing a new story in which villains win, in a new book aptly titled Heroes and Villains. But Isaac already has a new chapter in store for everyone involved, beginning with the phrase, "Once upon a time." So within this episode titled Mother, we get a little hint with some of these characters of sort of some more back history in terms of Cora and Regina. So with Cora and Regina, Cora, I think at her core, she really does care for her daughter. It's just the way she goes about it is not what I would, not the way to do so. And Cora said that if Regina would have had a child, the reason she wanted Regina to have a child was so she could let go of this anger that she's literally holding on to. Because if you remember from past episodes, we see Regina is given sort of opportunities to let go of all this anger that she has towards Snow White and to go down this, different path. But instead, she still chooses the path where she still goes down this, path of darkness. And so then we have Lily and Maleficent. Lily is still sort of consumed with anger as well over Prince Charming and Snow White, and she feels that because they pretty much they have ruined her life by giving her the darkness, and everything that has happened to her so far, it has just not, it has not been good. She just has done robbery, she has stolen money, she doesn't, Maleficent, like, I have no problem with you having a little darkness. I'm like, which makes sense. I mean, your mother is known as the mistress of all evil. You know what I'm saying? I think Maleficent can deal with the darkness. Trust me. I think Maleficent can handle it. Plus, Maleficent, Lily's gonna decide to stay for a week, for some weeks, so she can learn a little, pretty much how to control her dragon form, which is a good thing. Um, we have Gold. We have the situation with Regina and Zelena. Regina is realizing that she is sort of acting like her mother. She decided, you know what, I'm gonna choose my own happy ending. We'll deal with Zelena later, but I'm gonna, be happy with brotherhood. So I'm like, that's a good thing. And so then we have Isaac going back to Mr. Gold. Mr. Gold gives him the book, and he begins writing the new story. So that is definitely going to be interesting in terms of, the twist of everybody's story. So comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the fall for the next season of Once Upon a Time. Bye.